I hope you're doing well. Thank you for clicking on my video today. And today is a bit of a different one because I have been looking forward to this book to arrive. It's called The Big Thrift Energy. It's by Virginia Chamlee. I think that's how you say this author's name. And I just wanted to get some inspiration, really. Some of you may or may not know, I am buying my flat on my own. I haven't actually really done an update, but in short, me and my husband, we did separate and I've bought my flat and I move in approximately 4 weeks. And I've been kind of getting some bits here and there off Facebook, from car boots and online. And I just... When I was initially kind of looking, I was just thinking I'm going to do Scandi, kind of creams, browns, you know, just very neutral things. And I just decided no. Actually, I think I just got myself in a bit of a blah kind of moment when thinking about decor. And I was like, I actually want to do some fun stuff. So yeah, I saw this book online. I actually did get this secondhand off Amazon. So if you don't know, Amazon does have like a secondhand kind of, this book has been used for books. And I think I paid about £17, brand new. It was like 20 odd, so I saved the tenner. And genuinely, I can't tell if this has been even looked at, never mind blooming used. So obviously a great little decor piece for the flat, but hoping it will find some really good inspiration. Oh, I don't know if it will do it again. I just opened it, it sounded like a fresh book. Missed it. That's upsetting. Yeah, this book has not been read at all. I mean, look at it. These pages are fresh. I hate bending a bit. When I get a really nice book, I like read it like this because I don't want to bend them. It's so sad, like when they're brand new. So, what is in this book? So, contents. Before we get stuck in. So, part 1, know before you go. 2, how to shop. 3, how to style. And 4, how to sell. So that's interesting. So what I find interesting the most about that, I wasn't expecting to kind of find a how to sell. Quite interested to know the kind of before, because I don't know what I want to do. So is it going to try to inspire me kind of what to do before I start buying all this stuff? And how to shop. I mean, I think I'm quite a good shopper personally, you know. So I've just noticed this book is very American-y based. So it's telling us to kind of look at estate sales, live auctions, thrift stores. Obviously very American terms there. So estate sales would be like car boots, I guess. Live auctions, I guess, are the same. And thrift stores, charity shops, as we know over here in the UK. By the way, I got some me and Lee tickets. Lee is my boyfriend, so I'm updating you that I separate from my husband, but you've probably seen it, and you know from previous videos, I do have a boyfriend now. Just like to say, nothing to do with the separation, okay? To clarify, I didn't know Lee until earlier this year. I didn't know he was on this planet. Another day, another story maybe about how that came about. But yeah, no, nothing to do with Lee. So firstly, it's telling us to define your style. So running to Goodwill, you see, without having an idea of your personal style, it's not a good idea. So running to a charity shop without a personal style is not a good idea. I just know my style is funky, you know? So it's kind of given us some ideas of like different shaped objects and stuff. Personally, traditional, I don't like this whole kind of that, like, I think that must mean like fashionable, like, you don't get me, I do like some of it, but like this, I don't like that. Bohemian, I definitely love, however, do not like that. Modern minimalist, I like that as well. And then the collector, so this is the really funky things. This is where I think it's a little bit too far out my comfort zone. I'd probably say I'm more these two, the Bohemian and modern minimalist. So it's just telling us, like, for example, if we do go for the Bohemian look, so we're looking for organic shapes, rattan and wicker, pots of green only plants can provide. Pops of green only plants can provide. So funny thing, Lee actually hates rattan, and that was a lot of the things that I did buy kind of leading up to this that were in storage. However, I've kind of gone off it a little bit, not gone off it, but like I said, I just want to be a bit more me, a bit more exploratory with some things, so we'll see. So then it's going kind of build confidence before you fill your shopping cart. So it's kind of explaining to us the kind of the different years and the different kind of styles there are. I love mid-century. Okay, I love it. It's my favourite, and it very much fits in with the Bohemian vibe in my opinion. So that is kind of around 1940 to 1960s. But an Art Deco's 1920s to 1930s, postmodern 1970 to 1990, and then Hollywood Regency, oh my gosh, I don't even say the word, 1920s to 1950s, but often made in 1960s to 1970s. So it kind of gives like a little bit of an overview of all, so I'm just going to stick to the mid-century overview. Century 1940s to 1960s, the description is post-war World War II movement, rooted in clean lines, organic shapes, simplicity and functionality. Designers and labels to look for, so Harmon Miller, Knoll, Ames, Ira Saarinen, and Harry Vittoria. I hope I did not butcher any of those names, because if there are some proper like collectors and thrifters watching this, I do apologise. So it's telling us to be prepared before we kind of go out and kind of see what we're looking for while we're out thrifting. And it's telling us to kind of make a checklist of things as well, which is quite cool. The thing is, I don't know what I'm looking for half the time, so this actually might be quite a nice read. I did go into my flat yesterday, actually the one that I'm buying, I took all the measurements, so I have kind of come away with some ideas of things to think about. So it's going on about flea markets, thrifting on steroids. So I mean, there's quite a lot of cute like pictures and artwork in this book. I'm trying not to give too much away, but like tell you what to expect. But yeah, it's kind of talking through kind of minimum time requirement, 4 to 8 hours. I mean, if you're around a car boot in the UK, especially around where I live, 4 to 8 hours, I took a nap somewhere. I would love to go to a proper flea market in America, honestly. It was definitely on the list, that's for sure. And if you didn't see, I just went to Goodwill actually in Vegas. That's another video. You can get that from my other videos that are live. A little bit of a disappointment, but I'm glad I went, so I shared my experience. So it's telling us about online marketplaces. So it's got Craigslist again, obviously American, Facebook Marketplace, OfferUp. I'd never heard of OfferUp before. I don't know if that's anything good, but it's telling us different ways to look out for. Look everywhere, examine quality, check, find a honeypot. So I'm going to guess that's telling us kind of hints and tips of things to look out for in thrift stores, especially this one is about. Estate sales, I've never ever seen an estate sale. Like, I just don't think it's a thing here, is it? People don't sell from their home as far as I'm aware. Maybe I should Google it on Facebook, see if anyone's doing it locally, but good for you Americans out there, very jealous. Online auctions or auctions in general, that's something actually I would love to experience. I've never been to an auction. I did as a kid. There was like this place in Leighton Buzzard where I'm from, and it was like where people lost their luggage and then they'd literally go off and they'd have people's luggage just took apart basically, and people could bid for their stuff that they lost. I brought a teddy bear once, well my dad did, but that was the only thing I've got from an auction in the past. So it's telling you to get out of town, and do you know what, that really sung to me this weekend. Me and Lee went around all the charity shops in town, didn't find a single thing, so I'm hoping to take my cousin Charlotte this week over to a local town called Tring. They're a little bit more upper class than Leighton Buzzard, unfortunately. Leighton Buzzard is nice, but Tring's a little bit more where the money is. So yeah, I'm going to have a look around there. There is actually a beautiful antique shop as well that I really want to flog round. So you could probably spend 4 to 6 hours in there. But yeah, I just want to go around. So yeah, get out of your usual comfort zones. Don't stay in your, you know, your everydays. And this one's going through all the different states that are good for thrifting. So yeah, it's pretty cool as well. My mum says this all the time about fashion and things. Everything comes back in style. I feel like this is such a true statement. Things seems to do like the like a full circle moment, don't they? They just seem to come back, and mum's like always like with some of my stuff I buy, especially like for the fashionable bits. Oh, I used to have one of them. Oh, I've had that before. Oh, I have that. And I'm just like, Mum, why did you get rid of all your clothes? The thing is, we're all guilty of it, aren't we? You know, we buy them, we sell on, and hopefully sell on. We don't put in the bin. But yeah, it's quite interesting. It's very true. What are your opinions on vintage portraits? Things like this, not my cup of tea. They do scare me a little bit, especially when they just don't look quite human. There's an element of that I do not enjoy. Don't get me wrong, I have got some hand painted bits that I have thrifted ready for the flat, but not my cup of tea. And then it's talking about kind of mixing up your materials. So it's talking about kind of marble, brass, lucite, leather, plaster. I suppose obviously got wood in there. Bowl, I think, is a type of wood, isn't it? Yeah. So yeah, I thought that was a good way to make it. I think a lot of people get a bit scared of mix matching, and I really do enjoy that. So something I would love to do in the flat, especially. How to clean secondhand. So it also kind of gives you some tips on what to kind of clean and for what. So so I suppose they got Sharpie markers, so people probably price like £5 whatever on it. So how to get rid of Sharpie markers, stains, stinky stuff, put it in the wash, love. But yeah, it just gives some extra additional hints and tips on there. When to say no. So I used to be really bad at this. Sometimes the odd thing does get me here and there, but basically if it's damaged beyond repair and you think, oh, I'll get around to it at some point, you won't. Don't buy it. You're just not going to get around to it. So yeah, that's something I definitely listen to myself more on. More on, it sounds like I'm saying more on. But yeah, definitely a takeaway point for me. And if you don't have the space as well, so it's saying here, if you don't have the space, so this is the lady, not me. I have been guilty of buying things that I have no space for just because I'm in the mood to buy something. This is bad. This is the opposite of what we want to do when we go vintage shopping. It really contributes to the whole stuff in landfills problem, and that we should all work harder to fix. Okay, off my soapbox. So as humans, most of us are over consumers. We just are, with what we buy, what we wear, what we eat. We are. We're just greedy people, in all honesty. So yeah, that's quite interesting, a point to take away. I would like less stuff for sure, but yeah, just got to figure out kind of what that looks like to me. I kid you not, I was looking at a dining table like this off Ferry, and this is obviously a vintage piece, and I swear to you, this is what I mean, come back in fashion. That is insane. I was looking at that table, but then I thought, how do you cross your legs? So I've kind of gone off it a bit. Don't chase trends, find your own style and let it evolve with time. I think that's very true. I've been guilty of that. I fell into the grey trend so hard, it made me a little bit sick. And then actually it was after that when I actually did start to find my like bohemian, Scandi, like mid-century kind of vibe. But since before leaving the house, I was really kind of getting into like jungles, golds and that type of thing. So there's definitely an element of my style I think I've yet to kind of touch upon quite a lot more. So that'll be quite interesting. But yeah, just don't follow the trends. Get what you want, screw everyone else. I think that was a big thing for me as well, like worrying what other people would think. If you love it, that's all that matters. You're going to be living in it. I've just flicked through a few more pages. It's just going through kind of different artists to look for, clothing brands. So it was going on about like Dior for a moment there as well, kind of, you know, the fashion house. The second hand is like Dior trench coats and things like that. Doesn't interest me in all honesty, but there's literally a page about Dior. Like, yeah. When bigger is better, a case for oversized art. Okay, so it explores kind of the art option sizes as well. I love really as well how she's mixing the colours in her pictures. So this is another example of the, kind of the green with the black and white up here, but then you've got pink in the background. You've obviously got this multicoloured over here. So yeah, she's not sticking to one colour palette as well, which is nice. So she's giving some styling tips on how to hang like gallery walls. Layering, so layering in the sense of having objects like in front of each other, or potentially stacking, I guess, as well could be a layering option. I do that, like I love that. That's something I was doing. I do worry a little bit because I've gone from a 4-bedroom townhouse down to a 2-bed flat, so obviously it's going to be a bit of a difference for me in my style for sure. Now it's going on how to sell. Okay. So it's basically starting off about how much you're willing to kind of invest in things before you kind of start looking out at all. I must admit, I've been a bit, not stingy, but like less willing to pay for things. I think it's because of the summer as well and the car boots and stuff, where I did find it less of a success on like Vinted and stuff. But I am hoping now because of winter, that should kind of pick up. I am tempted to change my approach a little bit, have a Vinted, but also do something else for the like ornaments, mid-century bits that I do really love and have collected to sell over the last kind of 6 months or so. Do something a little bit different for that, because I feel like my Vinted page wouldn't do it justice, and I have spent more money on some, less money on some to sell. So yeah, we'll see. But you know, scrolling through Facebook seems to be a really good idea as well to find the stock. She's talking about big furniture in here. She's on about like hiring help, moving like a big table and stuff. So if you buy something for $100, but then you've got to pay someone $25 to deliver it, is it worth it? That type of thing as well. Storage, have you got the space? Shipping supplies. So yeah, a lot of people think about that when you're selling. I try to get as much free stuff from like my friends and family who just have boxes that they put in the bin. I'm like, I'll take that. When I did work at my previous role before being made redundant, I think I was known for just taking everyone's cardboard boxes. So yeah, there's a really good way to save money there. Marketing, so Facebook Marketplace again, Craigslist just mentioned. So she's used a couple of the same places, which I presume obviously for America is probably quite a, you know, suggestible place to go and sell these things because obviously they've been successful. And then it's saying about other basics, so the look, obviously how you're displaying things, the sourcing, where you can find stuff at a better value, learning to live with it. So what's this about? A wise man once said, don't get high on your own supply, but it's an advice that I don't always heed when it comes to vintage finds. I'm like that as well. I'm not buying it to sell, and I'm keeping it. Buying what you love, even if it's just going to sell later, makes the process so much more fun. I am passionate about vintage, and I buy and get really excited when I see a piece that's very me, because I know it will also resonate with those who have gravitated to a particular aesthetic. And if it doesn't sell, then it's just one of those scores. Yeah, sorry, I'm the one who scores. So yeah, and then pricing. So yeah, it's just saying about kind of bearing that in mind. I always look at Facebook, not Facebook, I've got Facebook on mine now, eBay sold. If I'm ever unsure, I kind of look at that and I see what kind of been selling. I think automatically for whatever reason mine comes up from America and UK. I always have to change it to UK, but just to get an idea, because if you are willing to ship something abroad to get more money from America than someone who might pay half the price in UK, something to kind of take on board how you price. Where to sell? Well, to sell. Why can't I talk? Where to sell? So it's telling us to look on things like, you know, marketplace, yard sales, social media, booster and antique gallery, consignment shops, pop-up markets, and virtual vintage sites. So that's pretty cool. Yeah. And then she goes into a conclusion about her book. I don't want to kind of give too much away. There's some really beautiful art here. And in the back is like an index of kind of different things to be looking out for. So this is the author. Isn't she beautiful? I love that as well. It's such a funky background. I'm really looking forward to kind of sitting down and reading this properly. I'm really glad I got it. You know, it's just, I think this is just a vibe. Like, it's something that I think I'll really enjoy. And something I'll enjoy on display as well. So it's like got this whole, you know, 360. I'm going to read it and look at it and be happy, like, you know, and hopefully it will help me, please, I need help. So I hope you enjoyed that. A bit different to my usual video, but I just wanted to share that I've, you know, found this and I thought it was pretty cool, so why not share it with you all. But yeah, if you did enjoy it, let me know. I don't know if I'll do anything like this again, or because if you hate it, then I don't. I know I've got a few regulars of you who are very, very loyal to watching my videos, so thank you so much. So honestly, your honest feedback. If I say honestly one more time, or honest as well, that's a bit annoying. But yeah, feedback is always welcome, good or bad, because how can I improve if I'm not told what to improve on? So thanks for watching. If you did like this video, give it a thumbs up. Down there somewhere is subscribe. If you could subscribe to my channel as well, that would really help. And my Instagram is also GemtheveganVinted. Hope to see you soon.